A news conference on the missing plane, that flight that went missing from Rio de Janeiro on its way to Charles de Gaulle. Let's have a listen in and see what Air France are telling us.
We didn't have any contact and it was in deep trouble. The plane was began flying in April 2005. Both the crew were very experienced. And they had considerable considerable time flying the aircraft. So was the co-pilot was equally experienced on that aircraft. There was nothing to suggest that there was a fault from our records from the previous tests. On board the aircraft, there were 216 people and 12 crew. So a total of 228 people on board. Right now, the Brazilian authorities have launched a search, but the place where it went missing is very far from the coast. I want to say that the whole airline are deeply touched and share the mourning of the relatives of passengers. And as soon as we know anything, we will pass it on. We want to find out exactly what went on, and particularly when it hit a stormy zone. We are in contact with the Brazilian authorities. The question, when will we know that the plane has crashed? After it crossed storms, it went through storms. And then automatic messages were sent out by the plane indicating that there was a fault. You can interpret that as meaning that the plane was in a difficult situation as it crossed, as it went through storms. That they were attacked.
I cannot comment on that. I have no way of answering that question.
An official Air France, they're briefing the media in chaos there at de Gaulle Airport, and mentioning more that with their to give
to the media, which is that the plane went through a stormy zone off the coast of Brazil. An automatic message went out that there was some kind of fault, possibly an electrical short circuit, and the plane was absolutely in trouble. The pilots on board were experienced
and there was nothing to suggest that there was a fault from the tests and the records that they've got before the plane took off. He confirmed that there were 216 passengers and 12 crew on board. This is the actual plane we are talking about here, this A330. We also have some latest pictures here for you from the airport at Charles de Gaulle, where obviously it's a horrible scene there for relatives or people who are waiting for that flight, and Air France have set up a crisis centre and have ushered these waiting away from the media. Obviously they're now in force. The Air France official said that he was deeply touched and shared the mourning of relatives of the passengers, so there was almost a tacit acceptance there that they may haven't crashed, but to know that the Brazilian authorities they are calling search and rescue the people that got scrambled the waters and coast Colombia. That's about 2,400 kilometers northeast of Rio. You can see it there on the map. So what we understand is the plane left Rio, travelled over land and then went out to sea, but this is a massive stretch of ocean we're talking about. There was some bad weather we now hear, so we're not certain when we're going to hear any more details about that search and rescue, but Air France they're saying they share the mourning of relatives of passengers, and that was all the details they can. So the very latest we have, the plane appears to have experienced an electrical short circuit after what Air France called a stormy patch of weather. We'll bring you more from Paris or from Brazil just as soon as we do.